quickly attached the piece of gold to the crater and welded it to the ring, then dipped the ring in a cup of clear liquid, where it sizzled briskly. He lifted it out with the tweezers and placed it delicately on his workbench. "What are you in the market for today?" he asked with a smile. Achlama looked at the main display table. Under the glass were rows of gold chains with pendants set with garnet, turquoise, amethyst, and citrine. A small red-striped ceramic dish contained antique rings of yellow, red, and white gold, some of them diamond-studded. Gold earrings set with turquoise stones were arranged in a nearby case, and in the last case, adjacent to the jeweler's bench, strings of white and gray pearls with gold and silver clasps were laid out in circles inside each other. "I'm just looking today," said Achlama. She glanced at the turquoise earrings. "The eye covets what the heart desires," said the jeweler. Achlama sighed. "Really, Menashe, I'm just looking." "You are welcome to look as much as you'd like," the jeweler said. "Just remember that everything is for sale." He accentuated and drew out everything. Menashe opened a few small wooden boxes of gemstones and chose one stone from each box. He compared them all, then carefully arranged them on his workspace with the tweezers. He pierced 9 small holes in a rectangular gold board and began setting the stones on the board in 3 rows. "And he made the breastplate of cunning work, like the work of the ephod," the jeweler intoned, quoting from the Bar Mitzvah Torah portion he had recited 49 years earlier. "Of gold, of blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine-twined linen. And they set in it 4 rows of stones. The first row was a sardius, a topaz, and a carbuncle. This was the first row. And the second row, an emerald, a sapphire, and a diamond. And the third row, a ligure, an agate, and an amethyst." When he got to the word amethyst, Achlama, he pinned his blue eyes straight on his customer. She turned her head awkwardly and looked around. There was a polishing machine tucked away in an alcove where I sat listening quietly while I polished rings, an apprentice's job. The air conditioning soon dried up Achlama's sweat, and her breath steadied. She approached the jeweler's bench, carefully avoiding the thorny cacti growing in planters along the perimeter of his workspace. She took a deep breath and was about to say something, but then she looked at me. "You can speak openly," Menashe told her. "That's my nephew, Tom. He's helping me out in the shop." "Yes, we've met. A nice young man. Very handsome." She still wasn't sure. "Say what you have to say, Achlama," the jeweler urged her. "Besides, you should know that whatever you leave out, he'll just make up anyway." "Why? Is he a wizard?" She smiled nervously. "No, he's a writer. Sees through walls. What you don't tell him, he'll find out on his own. Or worse, he'll invent it. If he decides your life is worth writing a story about, God help you." "All right." Achlama took another deep breath, hesitated briefly, and forged ahead. "You know, Menashe, that my husband left me many years ago. After he left me, I heard lots of stories about what he was doing for money. Gambling, all kinds of dirty business, and worse. He brought shame on our family. We weren't living together anymore, but you know that with us Persians you never get divorced. We stayed married on paper so people wouldn't talk. His poor parents, he killed them. When he went into prison for the second time, his father had a heart attack. His poor widowed mother used to visit him every week with food and newspapers. I never visited. I sent the kids...